In the not-so-distant future, a brilliant physicist named Dr. Amelia Reed had been working tirelessly in her underground laboratory on a groundbreaking experiment. She had discovered a way to manipulate the very fabric of time itself, and her creation was known as the Temporal Nexus. The Temporal Nexus resembled a futuristic, shimmering archway, an ethereal bridge that connected different points in time. Its potential was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Dr. Reed intended to use it for the betterment of humanity, but she was aware that such power could easily fall into the wrong hands. One fateful evening, as a violent thunderstorm raged outside, Dr. Reed prepared to activate the Temporal Nexus for the very first time. She was determined to make history by stepping into the unknown and documenting her journey. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, she stepped onto the platform. The Nexus hummed to life, enveloping her in a pulsating field of energy. Moments later, she found herself standing in the middle of a bustling metropolis, but it was a metropolis from a century she did not recognize. The technology was far more advanced than anything she had ever seen. As Dr. Reed explored this future world, she encountered people who knew her by name, revered her as a legendary figure, and praised her for her invention. It seemed that she had achieved her goal of using time travel for the betterment of humanity. However, the more she learned, the more she realized that something was amiss. Dr. Reed's fame had come at a great cost. The Temporal Nexus had become a tool of oppression in this future, controlled by a powerful and authoritarian regime. The very invention she had created to free humanity from the constraints of time had enslaved it instead. Desperate to right this wrong, Dr. Reed clandestinely worked with a group of rebels who sought to dismantle the oppressive regime and restore the natural flow of time. It was a perilous endeavor, filled with danger and intrigue. As the rebels executed their plan to disable the Temporal Nexus, Dr. Reed found herself back in her underground laboratory, confronted by her former self. The original Dr. Amelia Reed, unaware of the future consequences of her invention, had activated the Nexus as well, inadvertently causing the dystopian future. A tense standoff ensued as the two Amelias faced each other, representing the past and the future. They had to make a choice: destroy the Temporal Nexus and risk erasing both timelines, or find a way to harness its power for good. In a twist of fate, they realized that by merging their knowledge and experiences, they could create a new timeline, one where the Temporal Nexus was used responsibly to benefit all of humanity. It was a gamble, but they knew it was the only way to undo the damage that had been done. As they activated the Nexus one final time, the fabric of time itself seemed to ripple and reform around them. The dystopian future disappeared, replaced by a world where the Temporal Nexus was a symbol of hope and progress. The two Amelias from different points in time now stood side by side, guardians of a future they had collectively shaped. Temporal Nexus is a gripping science fiction story that explores the consequences of time travel and the power to shape the future. Join us on this mind-bending journey into the realm of temporal manipulation, where the past, present, and future collide in unexpected ways. Will you dare to step through the archway of time? Subscribe to our channel for more thrilling science fiction adventures like this.